Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys. Yeah, boys, it's finally happening. We're looking at the legendary Porsche from the movie Bad Boys. So let us begin the quirks and features of this legendary 1990s Porsche. So the movie actually starts out with this legendary song from Mark Mancina, who actually made the theme song for the movie. The movie was called Bad Boys based on the Inner Circle song of the same name. Yes. This legendary movie started off in 1995 featuring Will Smith and Martin Lawrence driving a blacked out 1994 Porsche 964 Turbo S. So what exactly is the 964? The 964 Turbo S Porsche is the last known Porsche in the Porsche marketing plant that started off in the 1980s towards the 1990s. The vehicle was a 1994 model, which is only a 1 year model made perfectly for the film, which took place in 1995 when the Porsche 964 Turbo S made its debut. So I'm gonna start with a few quirks and features. The Porsche 964 Turbo S, driven by Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, was actually powered through a 3.6-liter turbocharged air-cooled flat 4 boxer power plant, making 192 horsepower. It can do 0 to 60 in just about 4 seconds flat. According to Will Smith, that is actually quite true because this Porsche is powerful. So powerful it could even outrun a Shelby Cobra, as it was seen in the final climax chase of the movie. This legendary Porsche was absolutely phenomenal in its time, and when the movie Bad Boys first introduced, it was basically a Porsche brand manufacturing campaign that took place in the early 1990s, and the movie sort of worked out in the end. I remembered when Bad Boys 4 came out in Netflix, and it was great. But one of the very first times that I get to see the movie is that this Porsche was basically my kind of style. I really like how cool it looks with those massive wheels and that iconic body stance. It's just so phenomenal. That legendary black Porsche being seen on camera is absolutely the most goated entrance scenes of the Bad Boys franchise. Marketing the whole idea of the film using a Porsche for cops in Miami is absolutely the most craziest thing that I could ever come up with a Porsche ad. The Bad Boys Porsche wasn't just a item of choice. It was basically the car used for Transformers live action movie series director Michael Bay, who basically filmed the Transformers franchise in 2007 all the way towards Dark of the Moon. And this Porsche was beginning to feel like more than just a car. It became a legend on its own right. When I first seen that 911 Turbo S, the 964 generation, it was phenomenally crazy. That airport race scene at the very end of the movie shocked me to disbelief. In the movie Bad Boys, the original one from 1995 was just basically the coolest Porsche thing that I ever seen. When this Porsche came out in 1994, it was just a mundane sports car everyone just loves driving and owning. And as it was, the Porsche wasn't just a supercar, it became a legend on its own right. When it first introduced in Bad Boys 1995, it was just a car owned by director Michael Bay, who basically made Transformers. But this Porsche, it became the whole beginning of a story that soon became so dominant in the era of car movies alike. This Porsche was not just fast, it was fast for a reason. When the whole movie just came out to the whole beginning, that Porsche in black color is just absolutely phenomenal. That legendary stance it gives, it wasn't just about presence, it's all about sheer horsepower and instant simplicity. Cars like these were not just fast, they were just meant to be one thing, being loved by the people who actually digs out cars with personalities. And the Porsche 964 Turbo S wasn't just a personality, it became the personality that drives a movie forward in its own plot. By the time the movie was so successful, it became so synonymous with the Porsche name, and it was just absolutely phenomenal to believe. The Porsche 911 Turbo S may be the only car that ever survived the 1990s era until production stopped it because of the global economic crisis in the early 2000s became such a letdown, and the Porsche 911s of the 1990s and 1980s soon vanished after that era. But what the Bad Boys Porsche really is, it wasn't just a Porsche. It was the Porsche that draws a legacy of Porsche enthusiasts alike. Porsche purists who really love the Porsche 964 not just because of its iconic stance, not because of its presence. It dominates the whole legacy of car enthusiasts alike. And when I first laid my eyes off this car, it was the most important Porsche that has ever existed. And that Porsche was the Bad Boys Porsche. Thank you for watching. Make sure that you go comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time.